Welcome back to the channel, guys. Luna Sims here. I'm happy to have you. We are going to be going through a speed build. I was intending for this to be a farmhouse with full farm and everything, but then I picked a lot and I saw that it was smaller. So we pretty much just winged it into just a two-story family home. Not a lot of yard, so that's not going to take up a lot of space and things to worry about. Before we get fully started, be sure to thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the next videos. We haven't been here a while in the speed build, but I have this one and a few other ones that'll be coming in. So as I said, I went into this and I fully winged it. I have been doing a lot of Real to Sims in my last pre-builds that I've done, but the next few ones that you'll be seeing, that you'll be noticing, they're actually just free-handed. I picked a lot, had an idea in mind, and then I just went with it. And I feel really good about that, being able to come up with a whole new idea, vision that I have in my head. Of course, with The Sims, it sometimes doesn't come out the way I vision it to, but we had to finagle a couple things here and there, which I'm completely okay with. I did end up really loving the build. I have a slight addiction with fireplaces, so I've been finagling a couple different ideas and how to do them and how to maneuver them to make them look like they're actually a part of the build, and then utilizing the fireplaces that we have in the game to actually make them look active. That is something that I really like. So if you like fireplaces, comment down below if that's something that you enjoy. So this is a full, I would say, family home, 3 bedrooms, and of course if you use the build, please let me know or comment if you've changed anything. The floor plan is pretty open. I've noticed that I do a lot of open floor plans. My own home is even an open floor plan, so in the next couple builds I try and do not so much open floor plan, just because sometimes when you see open space it can be a little intimidating, but I don't like it to be too super cluttered. I try and think of all the things that you possibly want your Sims to do, including the career-wise, so I usually include something. But of course, if that's not something that you want to do, you're more than welcome to change out some of those things. All of these builds, including more, are in the gallery. Now, I did change my name on EA. It was KReese 3388. That's the one I had literally since I was 12 when I started playing The Sims. It is now Luna's Galaxy 33. So keep that in mind, and I will put everything down below where you can find this build among other builds that I've been doing. I try not to use mods in CC because I know I have a lot of people that are on consoles and they don't accommodate mods in CC. So I try and do all of my builds very vanilla. I like it being the way it is for everyone, because when you add CC and mods, it tends to take away some of the aspects of the build. And so keep that in mind. But I do have a slight issue with the gallery. Sometimes it marks my builds as CC or modded, and it's not. So if you're looking through my gallery, make sure to turn on the left side to show a modded and CC stuff, so everything does show up. I don't know why it was a problem last year, and it's still kind of a problem. I don't know what it's triggering. Sometimes I think it triggers debug as CC sometimes. I don't know. I know a few people have had that issue. But just so you know, if you're looking for any of my items. So it is a 2-story. I do like to add aspects to the topper half of the roofs in the house, so it gives it a little bit more depth and not just flat. The backside is flat, just because of how much room I used. I was going to try and maybe add stuff to it, but it's just such a tight fit. And then after we add the fence, that's the only little concern that I have. Like when you turn around to the back, it's a little bare, but the front of the house I feel like is very cute. And I tried to tie it in with the surroundings. That's what I'm noticing that I'm trying to do more so in these next few builds that I do. Because usually I go in and I just have an idea and I find the lot size and I just build, and I realize, it kind of doesn't flow with the community. But I am trying to kind of give aspects of what I'm building to kind of match with its surroundings the best that I can. But one thing that I do notice, I love porches. Most of my houses will have some type of a porch or sitting area. I am a porch lover all the way, so you'll usually find me spending a lot of time on like a seated porch area, even in my own house. I love having, that curb appeal, if so say. I did start this build in the springtime, so I noticed the flowers aren't technically dead. They're just not completely bloomed yet. So keep that in mind as well. I did start this in the springtime build. But going along with this, I got this build done in 5 hours. I actually got 2 builds done in a span of 2 days, so I was very proud of myself with that. Again, I'm kind of addicted to the little farm life right now, and so I did make another kind of like farmhouse for the planter in mind, which that'll be at a next time as well. I have been utilizing a little bit more of the landscaping to give the grounds a little bit more depth and give them a little bit more character as well. I am a clutter freak. I love adding aspects to any form of the builds and things that are together with it that just make it flow and make it feel like it's a living space. So I may not talk through the whole video. It is a little bit longer, but I just wanted to share a couple things with it. There is a nursery upstairs, probably I would say like a teen bedroom, and then a massive master bedroom. I enjoy making big master bedrooms just because I feel like the parents they deserve that, so to speak. I did put the master bedroom, the bathroom / laundry room, and the nursery in the gallery. So if you wanted those separate rooms, you can download those individually along with the house. The bathroom / laundry room is, I won't want to say it's one of my favorites, but I like how I kind of elongated it and made it, it's not an open space, but it's long enough to get everything done and be able to use it and access it. I did play test the house. Everything should be accessible and usable to your sim. There shouldn't have to move around anything. Of course, always use move objects. That's my baby and the thing that I love the most when building, using any type of those cheat codes to use for building, which I hate calling them cheat codes. I feel like it's stuff that should be in the game, just regarding the grid. I like the grid when I'm trying to line things up, but when you're trying to place things, it's very annoying, and the snapping is something that, it's been in Sims for 22 years, so you think we would be used to it, but, we're not. So we just kind of use it and go with the flow of what we have. So as I'm starting to get the outside situated, as I said, I am a sucker for porches. I love decorating them and making them feel very open and welcoming. I'm a lover of color. I don't use a lot of dark colors. I've noticed that I probably use a lot of the same decor, and I probably use a lot of the same wall colors in a few of my builds. So I've been trying to break that even up a little bit, because there's just certain tones in this game that I prefer. But we try to make it work the best that we can. One thing that I love to do is that when I'm doing the outside, I like to make sure that it's well lit. So I usually go to a nighttime mode anytime to see where I can put lights. Because when it gets dark in The Sims and you don't realize it when you're playing, you're like, oh my god, it's really dark. So I'm a light lover as well. I layer lights, I hide lights. So sometimes you may see a light casting somewhere, but you can't find it. It's because it's hidden. I usually layer lights on the roof with the round lights, either the big ones or the small ones, because they emit quite a bit of light. And so I like to keep things very airy and very light, so you can make sure that you see every aspect of the game. Well, I won't talk much longer. Just, I hope you appreciate this build. Let me know if you do download it in the gallery and what you're using it for, if there's a storyline behind it, and what do you love to do in The Sims while you play. So again, I appreciate you here. Enjoy the rest of the build, and I'll catch you next time.